Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff here with Two Fat Guys Play Vid Games, and today I want to talk about something that doesn't really have a name in Cuisine Royale. I've seen it called special weapons. I'm going to refer to it as perks, and so there are several perks you can get in the game, and we're going to go over the pros and the cons and what each one of them are. And so if you don't know, you can carry two perks with you at any time. I don't want to call them special abilities because Annie, Clyde, uh, the Indian, and then the Thor-looking guy, forgive me, I don't remember their names. They all have their own special ability. So I'm going to refer to this as perks. And the first one I want to talk about is the Nimbus of Darkness. I think this has had a name change between the upgrade from when it, or the update from when it happened back in November. But I think it's called Nimbus of Darkness now. I don't know. These names are goofy to begin with. Before I get into talking about the Nimbus, there are several different ways that you can pick up one of these items. Obviously, you can pick them up off a killed enemy. You can get them in loot fridges. You can get them just laying on the ground or in trenches. So they're readily available. And what you have to decide through trial and error is which two best suit your playing style. And I'll tell you what my favorite combination is at the end of this describing these. So let's talk about the Nimbus of Darkness. I'm just going to refer to it as a Nimbus of Darkness. Or the Nimbus. So if it's something different, forgive me. I'm dumbing these names down for myself. Okay, so damage from zone is negative 70%. So when you're in a storm, you're able to survive a lot longer without having to eat with the Nimbus on. It doesn't ding your health as much. Now, when it comes down to the end game and the circle is getting very small, it's not very effective. Okay. But when you're, 1, 2, 3 circles in, it's really, really effective. So let's talk about the pros. You can stay in storm longer and you can sneak up on enemies who got caught in the storm. And that's what I love to do with the Nimbus. So you're not taking a whole lot of damage. And when you kill them, you can loot. And you can also loot, you may stumble across dead bodies when you're in the storm. You can loot those without fear of being shot. So what are the cons? Well, you're way more visible with a bright shining orange halo over your head for sure. That's the only real con to it that I see. That, and it's not really effective in late game, or end game, I should say. All right, let's move along here. Bunny slippers of bounce. Your jump height is increased 3 times. So what's the pro of this? Well, you can easily access high places, making it far easier to gain high ground on your opponent. But there's one major drawback, one major con with this perk, and that it's very loud and can be heard from a short distance and give away your position. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I never use the bunny slippers. I don't like that you can hear, I like to sneak up and be tricky, I guess you could say. Not going to happen with the bunny slippers on. All right, so let's move along here. All right, so the Eagle Eye glasses. You have a reload speed of plus 40%, a shot deviation of minus 40%, and a recoil of negative 50%. So what's all this mean? Well, it means you're very steady. Your aim is very steady on harder to control guns like the M50 or the Browning machine gun. And even on the ones that really don't have a lot of recoil. A perfect example would be in the M1A1. It has a fair amount of recoil. So having these glasses on while using that improves your aim. It makes the gun more steady. So the pros of this are really good. The cons, I have not found any cons to the eyeglasses yet. Now, if you have cons for the eyeglasses, put them down in the description below. Leave a comment. Not in the description below. I'm an idiot. just leave a comment and tell me what you think the cons are of the eagle eye glasses, because honestly, I really haven't found any cons to them. It's a really effective perk to have. Okay, let's move along. The IV bag of regeneration. So it regenerates zero point 0.7 HP per second. So let's say you have it on and you got shot and you run into the forest or run and hide, it will slowly regenerate your health, so you don't have to eat as much food. Kind of like, I want to equate it to, and forgive me because I know someone's going to come on here and correct me, and that's totally fine, but I equate it to, like in Fortnite, I think it's a slurp that regenerates your health over time. I could be wrong, but it's sort of like that. So the pros, it slowly regens health, so you don't have to eat as much. The cons is the IV stick that holds the IV. You can see that, like if you're ducking behind a half wall or a fence or something like that, it sticks up and over. So that's definitely a con to using that. All right, the oxygen tank of hold breath. I'm just gonna call it the oxygen tank. I really don't know who named these. These are really goofy. So hold breath ability plus 30% and stamina drain minus 40%. So where this comes in useful, let's see, you can run longer distances without having to stop and wait for your character to catch his or her breath. Paired with another perk, this is really awesome, and on its own, it's very good as well. You can you can sprint longer distances, and a pretty far amount longer with the oxygen tank on. So what are the cons? It kind of makes a clunking noise if you go up the stairs with it, which isn't too bad of a con. There's not many cons with having this on that I've found. The tough Cuban cigar. Okay, this one, there's a little bit of controversy. Everywhere I looked says hit points plus 10, so I'm like, what does that really mean? And so I've tried doing some searching around, and every place that I search says it boosts your health from 25 to 32, allowing you to take a direct hit from a sniper and still live. I don't know that this is accurate. I don't use the Cuban cigar too much. I know when I do have it on that it definitely, when someone hits me, it takes them longer to get me down. So leave a comment below if you have any further comments on the Cuban cigar. The cons, like the Nimbus, it makes you more visible to enemies. So you have a glowing cigar. And, I'm just noticing that one of the perks is missing. And it is my favorite perk, and I don't know why I don't have it on this list, but it is the knee pads of speed. This is my all-time favorite perk for sure. So what it does is it increases your speed, I'm guessing about 3 times, since the bunny slippers bounce increase your height 3 times. I think that it's close to 3 times, but you're definitely much quicker. But the downside is that you run out of breath quicker too, so you can only use it in short bursts. However, pairing it with the oxygen tank is pretty good combination. You can run really fast for pretty long. And this is great for, like, if you see someone out in the field and you want to try to sneak up behind them and hit them with a melee weapon. Perfect for that. So I said I would reveal what my favorite perks are. And for me, it's the Nimbus of Darkness paired with the knee pads of speed. That is what I use almost all the time. If I don't find that, then I'll use the Eagle Eye glasses with the Nimbus, or the Eagle Eye glasses with the oxygen tank. I'm always trying to find a Nimbus and knee pads. I said oxygen tank. I meant the Nimbus. I meant the glasses with the knee pads. I'm always trying to find the knee pads, and I'm always trying to find a Nimbus, whether it's off, a dead body or whatever. Unless it's in game, unless you're in the final two circles, the Nimbus, isn't really effective. So at that point, I would much rather have an oxygen tank and the knee pads of speed. That way I can run around quickly and use my melee weapon and get, a one-hit kill on somebody who's just standing around waiting to kind of move in with the circle. So those are my favorite combinations, either the Nimbus and the knee pads of speed, or the knee pads of speed and the oxygen. I love those two combinations. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your two favorite perks are in the game, what you like to use, and why. This is all really based on, it's very subjective, and I'm not saying that, you have to wear the Nimbus and the knee pads. That's not at all what I'm saying. It suits my playing style. So it's subjective to what your playing style is and what you like to use. So I'd be interested in hearing what you like to use in the game. So if you could leave a comment below, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.